But what I was saying was, if you roll the note, take a 2000 rupee note, roll it really tight, it works much better.
That's true.
Yeah.
That is true.
Anyway, hi, my name is Daniel Fernandes, and welcome to the first episode of my brand new podcast. I'm really excited to do this. I've been sitting on this idea for a long time now, and I finally getting this off the ground. So big day for me. I don't know how much it is for you. You will let me know in 5 seconds of watching this, won't you? But it's a very exciting format. I will have two guests on every episode. One of them will be funny and the other will be interesting. You get to decide which is which. And on my first episode, I'm very excited to announce that I have Menon, a very popular comedian from India. And if you grew up in the 90s, you also know her as Lola
Dude, it's
Kutty.
2000s.
Yeah,
I was
but
in college in
I
the
used to
90s.
watch you on TV
Jesus
and now you're
Christ,
on
get
my
it right?
podcast. My mom is so proud. She's like, this is Lola and Danny. Sounds so cool. And on my left, I have comedian extraordinaire Kunal Kamra, lover of Indore. So he's a big fan. Whenever we hang out, he always talks about visiting Indore someday and going to CCD. No?
CCD and eating some seo.
So,
They've seoized everything.
yes. Thank you so much for coming on, guys. A very simple format. What we're going to do in every episode is each of us has put up some sort of work online or we have expressed an opinion. And you, the lovely people of the internet, has said something to us. And we find some of these comments quite interesting. Some of them get blocked or muted. But some will now make it onto this podcast and we'll just start off a conversation based on random stuff you've said or the way you've spelt it. So, good luck to us. Yeah, I think that sounds exciting. Yeah, I'm saying exciting.
Edge of our seats.
Edge of our seats. Everyone has stopped doing whatever they're doing.
You actually made me go through the comments. I'd not.
Yeah, this is the first time you read comments. Even I had to literally dig out. I'm like, what are people saying about my work? Let me switch through. And for my comment, I found something that was on somebody else's profile.
Oh.
Yeah, precisely.
That's the best. You want honest opinions? You should go to comments when you upload
I don't
a video.
want honest opinions.
Click on Sachin, try this. Click on shares. When people have shared your work, now the honest opinion comes because that the friend of a friend does not really know you. So he's like, "Hi, this is what I feel," Whereas comments on your post are not necessarily honest. They're just filled with a lot of bile. To put it mildly. So the one that I want to discuss is about a meme of one of my videos that went around last year about student suicide. And around this time of the year when students start killing themselves, that meme gets circulated. So it went around again. And one of the jokes in the in that meme is about me talking about how failure is amazing. So I failed at a bunch of things in my life and I started doing stand-up. And look at where I am today, performing in front of you fine people. And you're giving me your money. And going back to a job that you hate all because you studied too hard. That is poetic. So that was the one that went. And then somebody shared it who liked it. And then some guy caught hold of that last line, going back to a job that you hate. And he says, assuming that people come to watch his shows necessarily hate their jobs is stupid. Either this guy has an obnoxious superiority complex or highly evolved defense mechanism. So assuming that people hate their jobs, I have an obnoxious superiority complex.
So spot on, basically.
Yeah, or a highly evolved defense mechanism. Two of these things are true.
Okay.
We just got to figure this out. And I found this comment really interesting because this is a classic case that happens with a lot of comedians where you put out a joke and people often grab the one part of the joke that is funny but not necessarily making the whole point, and you make that everything about how you feel about this particular joke. But this is a joke about, and this whole video is a video about students not killing themselves. And I like how he's one like, oh, you think this is what happens? Does that happen to you a lot? People take your jokes too literally. Do you feel as a comic?
Yeah, they take it too seriously also, I think. Like, they don't understand I'm joking. Like, all I'm doing is joking. I don't mean it. I don't mean all of it. Like, if I say, like, I mean some of it, like, I think I just mean some of it.
So when you said muh se moongfali,
yeah, I meant some of it.
You meant only some of it. Like,
I didn't mean all of it. Like, don't take it literally. Like, I always clarify sometimes. Don't take it seriously.
Because I think a lot of people watching comedy feel that these guys are saying what they believe. Everything they say is the truth. So for some reason, they hang on to every word that a comedian says, but not necessarily something somebody in power who affects their lives will do. Like, do you think that people go on to a politician's YouTube video and then just go like, you didn't.
Yeah.
Beef is amazing.
Yeah.
You know, we used to eat beef as well. Hindus
Right,
do
right.
eat beef. Why you like?
They don't fact check.
They don't fact check.
See, the thing is, they're taking comedy more seriously than news. I feel.
Why do you feel why do you feel comedians have like a stronger filtration process with the audience than
Whether we have or they have with us.
like they have with us? I mean, so like we get. Do you feel that way? I mean,
I feel like it's just small things in my, and it's not, I'm not playing the woman card here, but somehow.
Do you want, can we get some coffee since we're playing?
No, but it's a weird one because I just recently released my first stand-up video because I'm not
how
very
did that go?
proactive. So there's a lot of, and for some women it was catharsis. I was talking about my mother-in-law, right? And how there's this added pressure that you're supposed to, after marriage, call her mummy from day one.
Right.
Because when you were dating your husband, it was like auntie, uncle, and now suddenly, you know, there's this immediate transition that's required. And I was like, no, I wasn't ready to because I felt I was cheating on my parents. Right? And so how, blah, blah, blah. So there got a whole lot of hate from women who, because I apparently represent modern frustrated woman. Okay. And I will learn my lesson because my son will do this to me. Wow. How would you feel if your husband spoke about his mother-in-law? Who is your mother? That I kind of figured out.
It's exactly the same thing. It's exactly the same thing.
So it's like women. Or then I got like, oh, this is such a cliche, and then arguments like take place between people who comment. It's a cliche because
there's
it's
a stereotype
true.
bandwagon.
I felt the same thing. It happens to us. And then I got women like, one woman gave me like stories of her mother-in-law saying, you use this on my behalf. No, babe, I'm talking about my experience, not about your like trippy one. No.
See, this is that thing now. This is that old fetish that TV shows used to be, that breaking the fourth wall TV show where Sajid Khan used to talk to people and all. Write into us, PO box number or whatever. Or public chute aisa likh raha hai roz.
That's what's happening.
That's exactly. People are so hungover with that habit now. They're like, oh, ये काम easy हो गया. ये जो चिट्ठी डालने जाता था PO box whatever साजिद खान को, वो भी इधर लिख रहा है ना भर के बिना घर से हिले. So he's quite happy with this life. Instant. जो मन में बोल दो.
But I have a theory. Okay, I have a theory about comedy audiences where I feel that there is this, like people like this, the people like the ones who got mad at the bit where you're talking about the whole transition, are people who don't understand stand-up.
Yeah.
So those are the guys who take it very literally. So like I said, a friend has shared it, so you don't follow my work, and you just see it as me going on stage saying, hey, you guys hate your job, so you just going, hey, mother-in-laws are this, and so on, so on. I think that's what's happening here. So like, and I'll tell you a funny story of what happened with me, okay? The first time I ever came across a stand-up video was way back, I think in around 2000, 2001, where Russell Peters was doing one of his
Somebody going to get hurt real bad.
It wasn't somebody going to, one of the earlier ones.
Okay.
And my instinctive reaction was to get angry.
Oh.
I got angry. I'm like, and I reacted in 2001 like a troll would today, or someone who doesn't get how stand-up works from today. I got angry. I'm like, if this guy hates being Indian, why doesn't he just stay in another country? And I have no clue. He already lives in Canada. He stays in another country. But I reacted in the same way. Why is he so ashamed to be Indian? Our accent is not funny. Okay, that's not how we sound. And I just took everything so personally. And I think an instinctive reaction to somebody who does not know what stand-up is to make it personal.
Yeah.
Which is what happened. So I'm guessing this guy actually hates his job. Or, the people who commented on about the whole thing, how one day your son will teach you, is that woman is probably trapped in a situation where she's fearing backlash from one of her children. So I think stand-up affects you. I think stand-up kind of affects you in a way that you, without you understanding it, when you initially...
Can you tell the difference though?
I think it's a trust issue. I think more than anything, they don't trust you.
They don't trust you.
Who
is this guy?
Because देख ना, अगर मेरे को stand-up के बारे में नहीं पता है, पर तो भी मेरे को लगता है कि इतना तो पता है कि मैं कुछ लिख दूँ. पर अगर ये क्रिकेट का वीडियो होता और अगर मुझे क्रिकेट के बारे में नहीं पता होता तो मैं जाके नहीं लिखता ना कि वो क्या खेल रहा वो है, दूसरा आदमी चूते जैसे क्यों बैट पकड़ के खड़ा है. You know what I mean? So I
Yeah.
trust that they know what they're doing, and I
But also
don't
with
trust
the
that
cricket,
you know what you're
but then
doing.
with the cricket videos, what is happening is you are consuming content that you may have played, but it's a very wide.
No, but for someone, I've
spectrum.
never seen someone comment like this on anything else, fact checking things like they do to comedy.
To comedy,
videos.
yeah. Do you think?
No,
they
no, also because they feel they have a stake in this. For some reason, so like we're going to where you're working at your bank job, saying that, oh my God, the NE and Nifty and Sensex have fallen 5 points. I don't have any opinion on it.
Right.
But you know what that means. You're sitting at this comedy club watching me, and for some reason, you feel like you are the purveyor of everything and you have an opinion on this and you could have done it better. Why didn't you say it like this? Why didn't you do it like this? But my point is, you've actually never done this. There's a science to it. I've chosen this word for a reason. Right? It's whittled down to this word. But it's not taken seriously as an art form because it is seen as effortless. Like you're just going on stage and talking. So like Saurabh Pant once said, it takes a lot of effort to make this seem effortless for you to say, my God, he's standing on stage and just waffling. You know,
which is what a lot of us get. A lot of people today, they'll meet me after show and they'll be like, do you just do all of that on the spot? They think like we just come up on stage and we just
extempo
go all out crazy and everybody's laughing for 30 minutes a second, which is very flattering when you get a comment like that. But at the same time, like no one's that good. No one's that good. So we have put a lot of thought behind what we are writing. We have put a thought about how we arrange those words. So there is a lot of effort that goes into it.
Like the first video I put out was a patriotism video I put out, right? And before that I was nowhere on the internet. Like nowhere.
Okay, fine. Don't have to rub it in.
No, but no, not like that. So people thought that was
Siachen पे हमारे जवान लड़ रहे हैं. Don't talk about your patriotism video.
Right,
okay?
right. So some people thought that was the first time I ever went on stage.
Wow.
Like that was the first time I ever went on stage is what they thought, because they would come up and say like, आपने तो पहले बार ही जाके आपने six मार दिया, मैं तो खुश हो गया. And I was like, dude, that bit I've recorded 13 times. I've done over 150 times in different cities and made the mechanics work in a way that I'm like, oh, now it's a fall safe. Now I can close with this bit, and then I've put it out.
Yeah.
So, but again,
that's very true, because someone actually commented on someone's shared post that an established comic, can say all these things in their video. If you're starting out, this is not the right video to put out. Risk nahi lene ka. So the idea that
like smart audience.
पहला WhatsApp group पे joke मारो, फिर opinion बताना, ठीक है? सीधा opinion लेके क्यों आए?
No, but that's a nice progression of any comic, because and right now someone else in the US, another comedian, shared this whole bit about how everybody now wants to talk about rape and abortion because CK
talks about it.
And talking about it. So and then you're walking into an open mic and suddenly you're seeing 19-year-olds going, I'm pro-life. And stuff like that, and we're like, dude, you just had, like, you just been born into this world. You haven't been hit with anything
just
life has to offer.
Just stopped holics like yesterday.
Yeah, you just stopped holics yesterday, and which is what's happening here as well. So we have a lot of young comedians who've just started out talking about things. You saw that when you went to that open mic.
I went to that. Forget that. There's one 16-year-old kid. Okay, he does poetry. I mean, I don't have an opinion on the art form in general, but I just thought
I just feel
a 16-year-old guy doing poetry would not choose marital rape organically. You know what I mean? Like, I think there are other problems. मेरा बाप चूतिया है, लैपटॉप नहीं लेके दे रहा है, पैसा नहीं है, वो फोन नहीं उठा रही है, बैलेंस खत्म हो गया. Like, ये जेनरिक जो प्रॉब्लम्स होते थे मेरे 16 पे, वो आई थिंक होंगे. सेकंड क्लास में गर्मी बहुत है. Like, कुछ भी नहीं छोड़ के उसने सीधा like straight marital rape is wrong. And here I'm like, how did you know? I don't know.
Context.
16. What did I know?
16-year-old.
Yeah, either he's like a child prodigy, or he's just, read like 5 Wikipedia articles and he's like, इसमें से ये चीज़ मैं बोलूँगा.
I think there might be a case where people are going into keyword content.
And best is all these guys shared it, like Scoop, all these guys Besharmi said like, this 16-year-old will blow your mind. How can a 16-year-old blow my mind?
Yeah.
No, but it's a cute thing. Like I had to judge one fashion show once, okay, at some college. That
this is post-puberty. You know what I mean? So the 16-year-old is not cute.
No, but this is 21, 22. Okay. So you have to choose your own theme, okay? And at that age you want to be really grown up, right? So anything you're saying, transience of motion. That's the name of the collection. What does that even mean? Like, okay, there's one kid. They're just wearing T-shirts and coming on stage saying "Save Aleppo." And I'm like, no,
What?
just freaking like, just stop.
Wow.
You're 21, you have no idea. Okay, show me something. Like, don't just bring a T-shirt that says Save Aleppo and think there's a political statement with some tape on your mouth and all. Come on, you're 21. Give me a break.
Wasn't it simpler when we were 19-year-olds?
Yeah.
I think our discussions were so different. Like, batting kaun karega? Whoever owns the bat. First, that's it. That's what we would discuss. Bowling kaun karega? Ball kiska? Who's the tallest guy? Lambu, tu hai, tu bowling karega. We've never. I'm glad we didn't have to grow up in an environment where we were forced to have an opinion this early on in life. I think 19-year-olds should be allowed to be 19-year-olds. Like,
No, but they're not allowing themselves. No one's forcing this on them. I just think they've.
But aren't they trying to fit in?
Yeah, but that's very different. But that's what I'm saying. But that's of their own volition, na? Like, what is the biggest problem? Like in the 90s, the Inzamam would keep getting run out.
Yeah.
And that was a problem. Like, it's an epidemic. Oh, again, like. But now, what is this?
Yeah.
What is transience of motion? Bloody hell!
I think if I understand correctly, that's just super slow-mo. That's just super slow motion. That's transience of motion. I don't know.
They should have walked really slowly on the ramp.
Really slow, and then it's like A, L. I don't know. It's just
15 साल के
Aleppo, like you step outside your college, there are a lot of things around your college that need to be saved. How are you thinking of Aleppo? Like that is
Rain's coming, BMC help, then put it. You know what I mean? Come with an umbrella. I don't know, make that sort of point.
It's a genuine life and death situation. There are people on the streets in our own cities right now who will drown once it starts raining. I'm not kidding. People will lose their lives. I'm like, you're thinking of Aleppo. Like, that's...
But ये तो मतलब जैसे ही मेरे को कोई 16 साल का लड़का बोलता है ना फेसबुक यूट्यूब पे के you come to Ranchi, I'll debate this with you. I'm like, I genuinely want to be in that position where I'm just like, fuck it, let's do it. Let's see what he'll have to say. Maybe he'll change my mind. I'm experimenting because I really want to see what he'll have to say. Because after that, you should respect India. Okay, why? And you'll have no answer after 4 questions, and you'll be like, do what you feel like. I think that's where it will go. It will go like my conversation with my dad also. After a while, it's just do what you feel like. That's what a 16-year-old would be.
But I'm saying in this situation of all these trolls and stuff, and you guys get, does anything affect you or doesn't affect you?
I think for me, it just doesn't bother me anymore. Like initially, I would take. So I think as a performer, you also fall into the same trap that an audience member does. How they take things personally. Initially, when you're so used to so much feedback coming in that you start taking. So I started taking things very personally in my initial YouTube videos, and I would sit and I would fight back and argue and try to make a point. But then I realized 2 things. Number one is these guys are never going to buy a ticket. Okay, the guys who want to buy a ticket have liked your video. They'll follow your page the minute you say that you have a show that's coming up. They will show up. They are not going to comment and say, I liked it and I'm going to come for your show. So you're arguing with people and trying to convince them of your worldview based on the fact that you've never met them. You never will. And these guys are not going to give you their money. So why waste your time? So it just doesn't matter, these guys. So 2 people who never buy tickets to your shows are people who comment on your YouTube channels, largely, and comedians. So there's no point trying to appease.
But I mean, how do you know they really even feel these things?
Exactly.
They're just shooting the breeze, right?
Exactly.
Just because they're anonymous.
Exactly.
You don't know them.
Some of them do make a lot of sense. Some of them will add a very healthy debate. And that usually happens in Facebook. So YouTube video is very hard. It's like 3 comments, and the 4th comment is about somebody's mother.
and they start fighting amongst themselves. That's the best part.
If you go through old videos and you click on this, there'll be like a thread of 42 comments, and it started about, I think this point about Syria is really right, but but you should also consider the fact that Israel has not been on their best behaviors for the last 40 years, and then suddenly teri maa ko पूछना साले, and you'll find Pakistan, teri maa, teri बहन, and teri maa ki बहन. These 4 things will be there in every YouTube thread. So after a point, you just become numb. And this happens, and once you upload enough videos, actually your phone will just keep buzzing. So you will have somebody saying really nice things. So luckily for me, I haven't hit virality enough for it to affect me negatively. I'll get like 5 good comments and 1 hate comment, then 5, 4, 5, 4, and then I just, after a while, it's just
White
You
noise.
can't keep track.
Yeah, when
But
it comes
it's cool. Sorry, it's cool, but they genuinely think that we read all the comments. So like, and some guys will write such long essays. And you know the best part, what I'll do is immediately as soon as I get a notification as soon as somebody types enter, I'll open it, and if I don't like it, I will delete it. I will just nullify all that effort. If it's long, boom, it's gone.
But I didn't know, na, so I didn't know how these apps work. So I got YouTube on my phone, right? But I've uploaded from some other Gmail account. So from my phone, when I'm accessing YouTube, I'm not the Kunal Kamra who's uploaded the video.
Okay.
So after 20 days, I saw some show inquiry. So I thought I'll reply to it. So I replied to it saying, hey, this is my email ID, this and that. Please get in touch with me. And that guy who had the show inquiry, he's like, shut up, you fake ass bitch. There's no photo there.
Oh, because you replied from
Because I replied from a fake account. I was like, dude, how can an inquiry for me turn abusive? Like, it's a very
give
weird.
you money, but you're the wrong guy.
You're an asshole.
And there are like a lot of people who watch YouTube videos, and their goal in life is to be the first to comment. That's a thing.
first
I've
comment.
never-
Oh,
I didn't
really?
know
That
this.
first
So-
day first show. Like that.
Yeah, exactly. So the minute the video goes up, they will not even watch the video. They will comment. First to comment. First to hit like. How is that a highlight of your day? Like, how many things are not happening?
नहीं मेरे को
Or is it cute? I don't know. I could be looking at this wrong. Is it
I would do it for like
somebody you really like?
Yeah, मतलब I can't actually think what do I believe in so much that I'd be like
right.
first comment.
Nothing is one.
Who do I idolize so much that I'm going to?
मेरा favorite comic है Louis C.K. Duck stand up उसने कुछ डाल दिया
Yeah.
YouTube पे तो I'd be excited like I just got it, it's 4 a.m. in India, like something like that. But on a regular basis, not to Daniel is what I mean, like not on Daniel's video.
Like first to comment is okay. So let's move on to the next one. One second, let me get this. Okay, so Anu, this is yours. You want to give
This
us
is on the
some-
mother-in-law video.
So, no, this is not the one.
Yeah,
This is-
so basically, I used to play this character called Lola Kutty on Channel V, right? So dress up with the whole
Say it
Malayali
slowly,
thing.
yeah.
So I saw this glasses,
Right.
curly head wig, traditional-looking spinster
right.
woman, right? And and then I quit in 2011, right? So now I've done stand-up. I do a little more now because my kid is 4, so I can afford to travel a little more and stuff like that. So I never address this when I come on stage. So a lot of people are like, why don't you say something? But I said, what is there to say? Like it has never the twain shall meet. It has nothing to do with. Then this is just me doing stand-up, right? So it goes one of two ways. Either people are really disappointed that I'm nothing like Lola, or they're happy that I'm nothing like Lola. So So one woman clearly saw my video and she's like, dude, I want you to pick up from where you left everyone. There should be some connecting bridge between what you are now and what you were. I used to love Lola Kutty, the rap, Please Stand Up. And then you throw all of that into the dustbin and suddenly start off as a new girly person. I feel a little cheated. Sad face.
Oh.
This is intense. I think.
नहीं इसका मेरे को इसने fiction को reality में ले लिया है और reality को ignore करे जा रही है. मतलब this is how
That
you are.
that I was, Lola. Now this is like
वो तो
me
character
after
था
some
ना.
transformation.
वो character था. This is reality. Oh,
I think you're one of the few comics right now who's actually had to transition between two audiences. All of us, whoever, I mean, if we have a fan base, it's always been that's the first they've seen of us.
Yeah.
I think you're the only one who's had such a successful career as Lola Kutty, and now you're doing this. And some people, does this happen a lot? Is this the thing you
Like
get asked
once
about?
at one audience like this, I got this thing backstage to say, listen, can you please crack some Mallu jokes or say something in a Mallu accent because there's none of that in your set. I don't have any of that.
You can say it as Lola, but I don't know.
Jesus.
Put your glasses on, just give her a 3
So I
seconds.
just give you a joke in a Mallu accent. Will that make this situation easier? I don't know. So I understand like a lot of this whole Vicky Malhotra, Varun Thakur thing because because my mother used to say for the longest time, Anu sucks, but Lola rocks. I was like, thanks, mom.
Did she become an alter ego in the 90s? Because I remember I used to watch. Did you?
Yeah.
I
Okay,
used to
Daniel,
watch-
it started in 2004. Stop saying the
No,
90s.
it wasn't-
I know.
No, it was 2004.
It
Like
was
I was
2004.
at my 10th standard.
Yes, it was 2004. I just
That
got back
year?
from England.
Okay,
Yeah.
It's so funny. Anu's friend Pratyusha used to work in my office, right? And that time I didn't know Anu, but I was a fan of Lola Kutty. And Pradyusha told me, "Arey, we went to school together." And it's like, what rubbish? Don't give me goli. I know you don't know Anu. And she was like, no, we went to we studied together. And okay, I don't believe you. Till I was like, oh, I was like that big a fan of like that character, like totally watching it all the time. And then I realized that this is not you. And this happened to me when I was like 19,
You
20.
thought she was real?
No, yeah, I thought this is how you would be. And then I was like, oh no, this is a different person playing a character. And you were the first time I identified characters. ये आदमी ऐसा नहीं है.
So
Like it
much
struck me.
impact on this discussion.
Like once I got this guy told me in Bangalore, this comedian, Lola, he said, oh no, you have no idea. Like he was like, you know, why don't you use Lola on stage? Like pimp it more, blah blah. I was like, it's fine, dude. He said, no, you don't understand. I'm just asking because I was a really big fan. Like I used to jerk off watching Lola. Like it's too much information.
This guy's a comedian.
Yeah, and his girl, he's like, no, my girlfriend knows. So what I was
Bangalore,
saying.
wait, let's do some deduction. Hang on, this is some intense
creepy
gossip that is just coming. Guys, hang on a second while we decode this Bangalore comedian who has a girlfriend who used to jerk off.
I was like, no, I get that all the time. And I was telling my mother this story. And she's like, you get that all the time? I was like, Mama, calm down. That was a joke. Being ironic.
Right. Was Lola a sex symbol?
Daniel, really?
I'm just asking.
She's a sex symbol.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
because, you know, she's the only reason I don't get item numbers. Daniel,
Would it
like,
be
that's my
great?
biggest
Would it
dream.
be- If you could do an item number as Lola Kutty, which one would it be?
You've done many
Come on,
songs
come
I've
on.
seen.
Songs, I'm not done now.
Yeah.
You've done songs?
Yeah, you've done
I
many
want to
songs.
emerge from the water and or from the sea. Like, they used to have these sexy
Yeah,
channel V
the
calendars.
calendar.
Like all these.
With
So
the
then,
Thalia.
no, so then this one producer's like, you know, we should get Anu to do this Lola and all emerge from the ocean, like, you know, Gajra
Yeah,
and Sari
yeah,
and all. And then they were like, no, it's too much for us. We're just trying to sell sexy here. She's not going to help us in this endeavor. So yes, I really hurt her. I thought of replying, but then I said
you
it's
didn't
too
reply
much.
to her?
It's too much. Like, where do I
Like,
start?
I like how she starts by calling you dude.
Yeah.
Like, I've never seen so much confusion in a single comment. Dude, I wanted to pick up from where you left everyone. I like how
Left everyone.
you just took somebody to a party somewhere. Like, okay, bye guys, I'll be back in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Everyone's still
As a
waiting.
completely different person.
Yeah, where is Lola? Lola, आई नहीं अभी तक वापस.
But she wants you to start from the last episode, like.
But
just
no,
be like,
what is it? I'm a new girly person.
You're a new
apparently.
girly person.
All the things I've been accused of. You know?
And you throw all of that into the dustbin. I'm just like
Dustbin?
picturing a dustbin with like a sari and नहीं चाहिए मुझे.
Burn,
जला दो,
baby, burn.
And suddenly start off as a new girly person. I feel little cheated. Why does she feel cheated? Like,
Because from Lola, she saw this mother-in-law video of mine where I'm wearing a
उसका
dress.
investment क्या है?
So
for her
I
to
don't
be
know.
cheated?
I've cheated her apparently.
And this stopped airing in 2011.
Yeah.
Oh, that recent?
Yes.
Why am I so confused about my timelines?
Because you're from Goa.
But I wasn't in Goa when this aired. Okay, anyway, so that was fairly recent. Then
ये fairly recent कहीं अभी 2017 है dude.
Yeah.
2011
Like 6 years
was in
ago.
this decade, yeah. Like I counted decade back. I think that's fair. I think 10
6
years.
साल बहुत लंबा टाइम है यार.
Yeah.
6 साल पहले मोदी जी को अमेरिका
अरे, but
वीजा
six-
नहीं मिल रहा
अरे,
था. तो समझ रहे कितना लंबा टाइम है.
6 साल. What was happening 6
6 years ago उनको वीजा नहीं लग
We
रहा.
could eat beef.
We could eat
Nobody
beef,
would
yeah.
kill you for eating
But
beef.
6 years ago, Macron's wife was still 24 years older than him.
That was a weird crush. I still feel cheated.
I think at some level you're like, my God, oh, like, you know, then someone tweeted and said, listen, you would not like it if your son brought back his teacher as his wife. Oh my God, everyone just calm down.
Oh yeah. Oh, yeah. So let's address this one last time and it's okay. Anu, where is Lola? Will we see her again?
Yeah, bring her out of retirement once in a way if people pay me enough.
Okay.
So
Checkbook?
that's the thing. But yeah, so for some corporate gigs, some videos, sometimes.
Sometimes. So
Yeah.
she's not completely
No, she's not.
phased out. She
No.
will come back. At
But
some
I
point.
did a shoot recently in Kerala with no like ventilation, 12 hours in that wig, and I'm like, so happy, don't gotta do this no more.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
This wig is killing. Yeah.
Yeah. And if you guys really like Lola, I think they should make like a Snapchat filter. That'd be great, a
that
Lola
is-
filter. Like just
Biswa
the
has been going on
glasses.
saying I should make an Ola Kutty. And he just keeps coming up with puns for the same. I was like, okay, dude.
I get it.
Like,
I get it.
Ola, get in touch.
Ola Kutty.
Ola, if you're listening, Ola.
Ola
Alright, Kamra, let's go to your
comment. Yeah.
comment. Let's see what people are saying. So this is, was this about your...
Patriotism video. Sorry, I can't read because I lost my glasses. And then Uber, and now the Uber guys.
Kamra, it was written in the contract. You have to read out your own comments now. You want me to read it out in your?
Please read it. No, read it out in your voice.
Okay, fine. I'll read it out. But so this is about
The patriotism video.
The patriotism video. So I mean, everyone's seen the patriotism video. Everyone's seen. That's the one that whatever made him popular.
Just
Whatever.
hate BJP and you'll viral out.
Now he sells out shows. Whatever. But anyway, so this is the comment. Do we have the name of the person? We don't.
You become pro in this. Just cut out the name.
Yeah, I just cut out the name because I was like, I don't want to engage with this person anymore.
Yeah. Okay, so here's the comment, right? BJP in brackets ruling party winning the elections made fun of. Baba Ramdev giving tough desi competition to MNCs made fun of. Army and Siachen minus 19 degrees right now made fun of repeatedly. Demonetization, GDP growth at 7%, stock markets at a 6-month high, made fun of. JNU, Azadi to Kashmir and etc. Nara defended. Only forgot to make fun of Modi and RSS. Would have been funnier then. And the crowd cheering him on, damn yaar, all important dimwits. Nobody had the balls or brains to shut up his retard ass. Would have been so much funnier. Okay, I'm glad that there is a screenshot of this on the edit, on the podcast as I read it out, because there's no way anybody listening to this is going to be able to make
Any sense.
Also, it's like made fun of. OFF. Made fun of.
Off. Like he has been
Off with his head.
Off.
Like,
He's gone. That person no longer
Off ho gaya.
exists.
Yeah,
But this is another knee-jerk reaction to stand-up, isn't it? That whole ki mazak uda raha hai.
Yeah.
It's not about making light of a certain situation. It's like he's making fun. He's making again taking it personally. So is this the worst you've got?
No. I've got much worse.
What's the worst
Like,
thing someone has said to you because of this?
तेरा बाप दिखेगा तो धक्का दे दूंगा. And I was like, अरे वो pro BJP है, उसको क्यों धक्का मार रहा है? वो तो बाबा रामदेव के टूथपेस्ट से रोज दिन में 3 बार दांत घसता है.
धक्का मारेगा is so funny. How does it work? Like I'll meet. Like, imagine this happening. Like a dad's walking on the street, someone who pushed me. It's Tuesday. Like how is that going to affect him? Like he's going to come home and go like, बेटा आज कुछ अजीब हुआ यार. मैं दादर में था और किसी ने धक्का मारा मुझे.
All of that. Just then the death threats.
Yeah.
I posted a few on my Facebook also कि एक बंदे ने बोला था तेरे पीछे गोली मार दूंगा. So I couldn't figure out कि ये death threat है या ये sexual fetish है. तो उसको specific जगह पे गोली मारने की है. So it's not like ऐसा
If you're facing him, he'll be like तेरा वीडियो देखा बहुत अच्छा था. Turn around.
But it's weird, right? कि villain बोल रहा है हीरो को नहीं घूमो झुको थोड़ा और दिख नहीं रहा है. और फिर मतलब and stuff like that. So death threats are also मतलब against the law. So there's no conversation on whether they are right or not. That's why I didn't get them. But these are funny enough.
Like there's a follow-up comment on this one from someone else saying nobody had the balls or brains to shut up this retard ass. Bro, I was thinking the same. Had he been to our college, would have shown him what the content of comedy is.
What does that mean?
Exactly. First of all, if you're in college and if you are writing like this, then you should change your college because this is terrible framing, terrible sentence construction, and it's only one single thought. But still, and then I like how he goes, if he had been to our college, we would have shown him what the content of comedy is. Like, what would you do?
I feel very bad when I don't understand
Save Aleppo.
ये
Save comedy.
पहले मैं तेको इसका mindset बताता. जो बंदा जिसने comment किया ना,
हाँ.
उसका ये है कि तू इंडिया का मजाक उड़ा रहा है, सोल्जर का मजाक उड़ा रहा है, ये कर रहा है, वो कर रहा है. ये बंदा है नहीं इंडिया में.
He's not
ये लंदन से लिख रहा है. ये लंदन से लिख रहा है. और ऐसे बहुत बंदे मेरे को लिख रहे हैं जो मतलब कोई बहुत लंबा ऐसे आया तो मैं जाके देख लेता हूँ कि ये बोल क्या रहा है. और वो मोस्टली होता है सैन फ्रांसिस्को, स्टडीड इन IIT. मतलब ये स्टेट सब्सिडी पे पढ़ रहा है. वहां पे गया है जो गोरों के पास काम करने और वहां से मेरे को देशभक्ति का लेक्चर भी दे रहा है. मतलब इसका डिल्यूजन कौन से लेवल पे है. मैं नहीं बोल रहा कि तू स्टेट सब्सिडी पे बाहर मत जा, पर वहां से मैं जो देशभक्ति का लेक्चर तो मत दे किसी को.
Yeah, this
like that is just off.
Similar thing happened to me when I was in Australia. This time I have a bit about where I refer to India being a third world country because it's required for the joke, and the punchline is actually a punch up actually when I'm comparing India to Melbourne. And there's a guy who attended the show, sent me a message saying the same thing. He's like, but if you're making fun, you should make fun, but be proud of your country, talk good things about your country. And then I checked his location, Melbourne. I'm like, if you're so proud, if you're so happy about the situation back home, why are you in another country? And that's it. That the conversation just ends there. So there is a lot of this NRI gang that
अरे dude,
feels
उनको idea ही नहीं है
patriotic from a distance, and they have no clue India's changed.
Yeah.
They have no idea India has changed. They think India is the same as they left it in 1990. This is correct reference, no? 90s they left.
90s, yeah.
Not
90s,
2004. This was in the 90s. A lot of people. NRI.
I'm with you.
And it's just, it is actually मेरे को डर लगता है ये sentiment देख के, because वो जैसे हमारे प्राइम मिनिस्टर जब गए थे मैडिसन स्क्वायर गार्डन में, बाहर राजदीप किसी से लड़ रहा है और मेरे को खाली लगता है कि अगर हम फॉरेन फंडिंग मांगने पूरी दुनिया घूम रहे तू गिरने वाला था क्या?
Calm
He said ना हमारा प्राइम मिनिस्टर. I just heard a comment being typed and I'm like,
आज एक तुम फॉरेन फंडिंग लेने के लिए हम लोग पूरी दुनिया घूम रहे हैं, पर ऑडियंस ऐसे मतलब बाहर जाके
no, but that's the best part. Indians abroad. There's a video of last night's match where Vijay Mallya's Vijay Mallya's entering the stadium, and there are Indian guys ganging around him yelling "Chor, chor, chor." This is like at the Oval in London. Like just at gate. At that gate, I've seen so many like people from all parts of the world coming to watch the gentleman's game. And it was Vijay Mallya walking in a bunch of guys. Chor, chor, sala, chor.
मेरा पैसा किधर है? They were shouting, but they shouldn't do that. I feel because A तो अपनी country slightly shown in a bad light, जो already मतलब काफी बंदे वैसे भी racist है.
But then at the same
you know,
time,
इंडिया की तरफ काफी लोग बाहर वैसे भी ऐसे ही सोचते होंगे कि क्या है, और उसके ऊपर तुम विजय माल्या जा रहा है, चोर चला रहा
I
हो.
found that funny. I thought like it's funny because at the height of everything he has done, this is the most he's ever going to be affected. People calling him chore in London. That's it.
Totally.
That's the only punishment he's going to possibly get for this.
No, but still that's compared to Salman Khan, that's not even a punishment he's getting ना. अभी सलमान जाएगा मैच देखने, थोड़ी जो कोई चिल्लाएगा murderer. कोर्ट ने अभी तक प्रूव नहीं किया it's not in law.
नहीं, but then it's also scared to yell out murderer to somebody who's still alive. मतलब वो गाड़ी चला के लेके आएगा ग्राउंड के अंदर. वो सलमान है भाई. Sachin Tendulkar stand ke uppar like he will drive. You never know.
You never know where he'll go.
What's going to happen? And I think even Salman put out there was a video of him going out recently.
Driving lesson.
About that was quite hilarious. Road safety. He's talking about how if you want to race your bikes and your cars, you should do it on a racing track.
Genuinely next मैं रुका हूँ कि
And
कभी
then,
भाई अपने ऊपर पिक्चर बनाएंगे कि कैसे वो innocent थे और Law and Order ने जो bully किया है सलमान को, उसके ऊपर कोई एक मस्त पिक्चर बनाएंगे.
Biopic is coming.
हाँ, biopic. He has a biopic also. No?
Who will play? Who will play
Because
Salman?
Ranveer is now playing Sanjay Dutt. मतलब now who will play?
Who's left? Can anyone play Salman?
I think Salman will play.
Salman will play Salman.
Salman.
It's like मैंने एक बार जो commitment कर दिया. It's just like I don't think anyone.
Or if one of the star kids are being launched.
हाँ वो भी हो सकता है.
I think this guy, that guy who, who's the guy who got because his girlfriend committed suicide. Jia Khan's ex.
Suraj Pancholi.
Suraj Pancholi might be able to play because he's being molded in
Salman
for
Khan
success.
Driving skills.
No, for success. He's being molded for
a
success.
license.
मेरे को कितना खराब लगता है जब मैं जब भी अंधेरी जाता है, मैं ये सब मॉडल्स देखता है जो बाय डिफॉल्ट उन लोगों का इंटेलेक्ट, एक्टिंग एबिलिटी, बॉडी, गुड लुक सब सूरज पंचोली जैसा है. लाइक कुछ डिफरेंस नहीं है.
It's very factory produced.
It's but just because सूरज पंचोली का फादर एक्टर था वो एक्टर है.
Like I think models are.
Really, that's not what I've heard, Daniel. Never thought you had a problem with models.
No, I like intelligence.
Sure, we'll go with that.
No, but I'm telling you for real. Like, I remember this one party I was in, and there was this model. They're always acting like they are auditioning for something. Have you ever noticed? You've dealt with models so many times. They're always auditioning.
नहीं, but मेरे को genuinely I still feel bad because सोचना you come to Bombay shift from a city,
Indore,
you pay
like Indore.
city you come from and you're like मैं rent भरूंगा, मैं काम, then it starts with like मैं अमिताभ बच्चन के साथ पिक्चर करेगा, नहीं fuck it, मैं बालाजी का सीरियल करेगा, नहीं fuck it, it comes to Splitsvilla, Big Boss. It's just dreams when people come to Bombay are just broken. Like every 2 years you have to like, oh, that part of my life is now over. Now no movies now.
Dangerous.
Well, it's a dangerous thing, and I'm super privileged to be living in Bombay, and I have to like acknowledge it every day because it's been easy. When people move cities, it's tricky, yeah.
Have you always been in Bombay?
No.
You're from Chennai,
yeah.
right? Yeah.
From Chennai.
That's right. But anyway, in fashion, when I saw fashion, speaking of models,
Yeah.
like it was really, I was very amused thinking, why are these models only bloody drinking red wine backstage? Like it'll fall on your clothes, it'll stain and all. Don't they have any? It's just basic and all that. Okay. So, and I was like, oh god, such a cliche. The backstage, they're all drinking red wine. Cut to, I was hosting, like comparing some gigs, and all the models were only drinking wine backstage.
Red
and
wine.
I was like, but white wine.
White wine.
Okay. And I was like, oh, Madhur Bhandarkar was right. Anu stands corrected.
Yeah.
And I was like, some cliches are cliches for a reason. You know, sometimes they're just true.
So you're saying models are stupid?
I'm just saying they drink wine
They
backstage.
drink wine.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I haven't met. Have you met a smart model?
एक दो है वो thinking actors है but they are now they look like models because Bollywood demands that.
But is that, are we being unfair, or are we being unfair by saying that models are stupid?
No, I'm
Why
saying
are we saying models are stupid?
I'm not saying models are stupid. I'm saying
I just haven't met any smart ones.
I've met
I don't fraternize with models much, so I wouldn't know.
I stopped fraternizing.
Sure.
Last 8 months.
Last 8 months, you stopped
For sure,
fraternizing.
stopped fraternizing.
इतना मिस कर रहा है दिन भी बता दे कितने दिन 8 months 4 days 12 hours.
Alright, so that was a wrap for the first episode. Did you guys have fun?
Yeah,
Have
great,
fun? Was
great.
it good?
That
It
was
was,
good fun.
I had a lot of fun. Thank you so much for
Yeah.
coming
But
on.
one can't tell also with Daniel, no? Like his facial muscles move so well.
Yeah,
I had
this
a lot
is
of
my
fun.
happy
I had a
expression.
lot of fun.
This is
Great,
this is my happy
fantastic.
expression.
Yeah.
This is my angry face. This is my sad face.
This is your resting bitch face.
My resting bitch face. What variety I have to offer. Why has Karan not called me for a film?
तेरा dad actor नहीं है इसके लिए नहीं तो तू total actor
There's
material
no
है.
such thing as nepotism in Bollywood. Okay, please stop this nonsense. Please. Anyways, do you guys have
Yeah.
any shows coming up, Kunal? Where can people see you?
Oh dude, I've totally forgotten. But Pune 24th
24th. Also-
24th classic rock cafe.
Great. If you want more information about where you can catch Kunal at a live gig, go to his page, Kunal Kamra. That's it.
Yeah, that's not
That's the
it.
one. Kunal Kamra's page. Same with Anu. Are you performing live?
Tomorrow, actually.
Tomorrow. Yeah. Then you see.
I just go to my Facebook page.
Just
It's
go to
fine. I just had to
Anu's
create one
Facebook
also. So
page.
painful. I hate technology. Hate it. I
But it's
hate being
fun.
like having to tell people I'm doing this. It's so irritating.
Karna padta hai, that's the hustle.
Yeah, I hate it.
Like, and that's the hustle. I think I don't think I would have been on Twitter at least if it wasn't for stand-up.
Like Kani's opened my Twitter account. I wouldn't even want Twitter.
Is that Kanish tweeting then?
No. She opened and said, "Now here,
I saw some
do
tweet
your
about
worst."
4-year-old son and all that.
Yeah, no, that's just
That's
that's not Kani's living vicariously. That's just
We'll find out in the coming episodes. Anyway, that was the first episode. I hope you guys had fun. Comment on the video. Tell me what you thought about it. Also, share this podcast. Get the word out. I'm going to have audio versions of this podcast available for download as well. Look for information in the description as to how you can get that podcast. Put it on your phone. Listen to it on when you're at the gym working out or when you're driving. And I'll keep doing more of this. Hopefully, you will enjoy it and we'll all have a great time. And then you'll come watch me at a live show. Because that's the game. Alright, guys. Thank you so much. Take care. See ya. Bye-bye. So basically what I was saying was just roll the note really tight, 2000 rupees, and let me know how that works out for you. Or number bhi bhej, मेरे को number bhi bhej दे. Yeah.